Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Easily Knitfluenced and my name is Michelle. By popular demand, today I am talking about some things I regret knitting. I started knitting garments a couple of years ago, and I think surprisingly, I didn't really think about the fact that I might make something I don't like, which sounds so trite and silly, but it's the law of averages, right? If you're making a lot of different things in a given year, some things are going to be exceptional. You will want to wear them all the time. Other stuff is, the middle of the curve, kind of okay, you like it. And then there's going to be those items you make that you just wonder, why, oh, why did I bother with this? So the video today is dedicated to those products. Before we get started, it's cardigan weather. I am wearing, for actually, I think the first time, maybe, my Eva cardigan by Petite Knit. So this is knit out of two yarns. One is Illimani Santee Tweed in the color Pineapple, and the other is the Isayer Silk Mohair in, just look for the gold color, I forget the number, but I'll show you the tweediness here so you can get a better sense. Lovely garment. I just finished it as spring was getting started here, so didn't really have a chance to wear it, but here it is. So without further ado, let us get started into these products I regret, and I'm going to explain to you why, and if I have a plan, what I plan to do with them. Okay, kicking it off strong here. This is actually the first garment that I ever knitted for myself. It's massive, but okay, I'm gonna scooch back a little bit. It's huge. This is the Anchor sweater by Petite Knit, which I chose as a beginner project because it's labeled as such, and true to form, it is very beginner friendly. I've never worn this. Actually, that's a lie. I wore it once, and I made this 3 years ago now. At least 2 years ago. So it's been a hot minute. A couple of reasons why. At the time, I was really just getting started with garments in general. I had knit something small for my little son at that point, nothing for myself. I really didn't think about construction, about shape, about what I liked in a sweater. I just thought, I need a beginner project and I'm going to go for it. So this is what I ended up choosing. And there's a number of things I don't like about this. Let's start with the garment itself, because there's things that I messed up in this that also make me not want to wear it. But just from the get-go, this is a round yoke. I don't like round yokes. If you've watched me for any amount of time, you will know that it's something I actively avoid now because I don't think it really suits my body shape. I have pretty broad shoulders and a larger bust, I guess, than average. And what that means is these types of garments just tend to make me look very wide up top. So I finished this whole thing and then kind of discovered, I don't really look nice in this. So that was obviously disappointing, but it's nothing to do with the pattern. It's a round yoke. And I think I knit a size large too. So this is even more oversized than probably I would need it to be, because I was so nervous about, positive ease and stuff for a beginner project that I went a size bigger, and I shouldn't have done that. So that's one thing I don't like, just in general, round yokes. But I think in particular, this round yoke, there's no color work, there's no kind of anything else going on here. It's just kind of bring it a little closer here. I don't even really know what to call this, like ribbed round yoke. It draws even more attention to this area in a way that I find really annoying. And I feel like with if this were color work, maybe you'd be a little more dazzled by the different patterns and the colors. It's just sort of a sea of like beigey brown across a big swath. It's not a good look. End of story. It's not a good look. Now, things that I messed up on this, it was my first garment. I didn't really have the techniques that I have now. So, I think this was it was a simple cast on, but the cast on doesn't look great. My ribbing also doesn't look great because I didn't really have the half twisted rib technique down yet. I hadn't really tried that. I didn't know how to do an Italian bind off, so the sleeve bind off is just, you know, simple bind off here, and it's too tight on my arm to wear it. So there's a lot of things wrong with this that aren't just, you know, the shape of the garment and the fact that I made it too big. On the plus side, I do like this color a lot, and this is a nice yarn. This is the Sandnes Garn Sunday. I forget the color. I'm sorry, I don't have any of this left, but I held it double and got this, you know, really, really nice kind of feeling garment. I just don't wear it. So, plans for this. It's unfortunate that I held this yarn double, because that means if I frog this project, which is what I plan to do, it's double the work to wind this yarn up again. Because I do think I would love to, you know, hold this as a single strand with a mohair or something, or even just on its own for other projects, because I could get, you know, 2 sweaters worth of projects out of this yarn if I really frog it. So I'm kind of trying to get my bang for my buck here. And yeah, that's a whole undertaking. So if anyone has any amazing tips for turning this into balls of yarn that isn't going to make me feel crazy, please leave them down below. I forget, there's a tool somewhere that you can use to, like, it's not a Swift. I saw someone use it. It's kind of like 2 bars that you can use to, like, wind yarn into hanks. If anyone knows what that's called, please tell me. I put that description into Google, and Google was like, what are you talking about? So I would love to have one of those to make this process easier. But yeah, this is a regret of mine, because I spent a long time, it was my first project, I spent a long time knitting this, and it just kind of came to nothing. And this yarn wasn't cheap either. So I do really want to reuse this for something. Yeah, it's too bad. But, you know, for someone who likes a round yoke, who has the perfect body type for that, it's a great beginner project, just not for me. Sorry if that picture changed a little bit. I had to just switch something with my camera. Okay, second project. God, this one's, it's absolutely massive. This is the sweater number 15 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This was my second project, my second garment. In retrospect, kind of a crazy thing to make as your second garment. And this I knit out of, trying to remember now. It was a sock yarn, I think from Le Garçon, and I think, I don't know, a silk mohair of some kind. Yeah, so this, again, I never wear this. A couple of reasons. I guess I don't really love all over cables. And I think I got just so caught up on, oh, knitting, great, what can I do? What do I want to, cables, let's do cables next. And so I'm like, all right, instead of just doing some cables, I'm going to do all over cables, and then came out with this gigantic cable monster. Not monster, I'm sorry, I feel bad. And I'm just thinking, I don't even think I've ever bought anything from a store that was all cables like this, like the same cable all across, you know? And so I don't really know what I was thinking picking this. The answer is I wasn't thinking. There's some cool features to this. I mean, it's a beautiful pattern if you like this kind of thing, right? Like, look at this. There's a cable that runs along, this is very hard to show, along the side of the collar here to the front to kind of connect things. It's like, it's very beautifully done. The, in the back here where you, after you cast on, that seam is done as a cable. Like, there's some really cool aspects to this, but it's just not a garment that, the style of garment that I would wear. Now, on the plus side, it is not a round yoke, so we've got that going for us, but it's a drop shoulder. And again, I made this way too big. It is like a sack on me. I think I knit the size large, but I fiddled with the gauge a little because I wasn't getting gauge on the yarn that I'd chosen, and I was adamant that I was going to use this yarn. And so I'm way off gauge, and so this thing came out gigantic. And yeah, I just don't wear it. I don't wear it. The other thing I don't like about this, and again, this makes me sound like such a clown, like past me was just, I mean, I was really winging it. I was not thinking very clearly or at all about what should I make and am I going to wear it and what is the purpose of this thing I'm making. I don't like this color. And this is a trap I fall into a lot with, especially with this color, this kind of like petrol blue, dark gray, green kind of color. I used to be really into makeup, and this this color in makeup, in eyeshadow in particular, was like catnip to me. If I saw that, I'd be all over it like a rash. I was like, I need that color. I need that eyeshadow. And guess what? It looks bad on me. This color in eyeshadow doesn't look good on me. And at long last, I finally learned that lesson, that I don't like wearing this. And actually, even though it looks great in the pan, I'm not going to enjoy wearing it on my eye. And then I fell for the same thing in knitting, where I went, ooh, this like slate blue, kind of petrol blue color with the mohair. Yes, mohair. Yes, I love it. And then it turns into a garment where I'm like, oh, I don't actually really want to wear this very much. You know, if this had been a different design with the color, I might have put up with it. But I'm like, I also don't like that it's all over cables. I don't like the color. It's too big. Ugh. And again, it was months of work. Because this is, I mean, it's a lot of cabling. These are not giant cables by any means. And I made such a big size that it was a lot of work. And so I don't know what I'm going to do with this, because I feel like frogging this would be so much work because of the mohair involved. And I also don't really have a good use for this color yarn and this mohair if I did frog it. Like, I don't know what I would make out of it that I think would mitigate the fact that I don't love this color and there's so much of it. So I'd need to make a big project. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't have a plan for this. I mean, I could give it to someone, but again, it's so big that like, I don't think, I mean, it's a man-sized garment. I don't think I know any women that this would fit comfortably. It is like maybe my husband, but it's kind of like, it's a very feminine cut. So I just don't think that I know any men either who would want to wear this. So it's a little bit in limbo, I guess, is the conclusion here. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I could sell it, I guess, but again, it's not my best work, right? It's a project. It's my second project. It's definitely not my best work. So yeah, if you guys have any other clever suggestions, I mean, let me know, or something I could make out of this that, if I did frog it, would make it worth it. I don't know. There's a lot of skeins of yarn in here. Let me tell you that. That's mohair. This will probably take me days to unwind it. So yeah, question mark on this. I don't know. So I should have said, actually, there are other projects that I regret making, but that are long gone, by the way. So this is not the full extent, in case you were wondering. I have 4 things here today that I still have that I might do something with. Everything else I have given away. Actually, a bunch of things I gave to my mom. Like I made a round yoke sweater that just was not nice on me. So I gave it to her. It looks great on her. I had a thing in alpaca that was so itchy I couldn't wear it. I gave it to her. So there's other things in this category. I just don't have them anymore. So I'm going to just talk to you about the things that I do have. And the third thing that I do have is, is this. This is the T number 1, I think it's called, by My Favorite Things Knitwear. And this I knit out of, oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name now. That really popular Pearl Soho yarn. I'll put the name on the screen. It's a fingering weight yarn. They have like a zillion colors in it. The only problem is it's itchy. In fact, I'm actually going to check if it has alpaca in it, because I bet you my bottom dollar it does. Just checking here. Pearl Soho yarn. Where's the yarn that you have a zillion colors of? Let me see. Oh, it's linen quill. Very popular yarn. And yeah, they have, I mean, look. I don't know if you can see this, but like, look at that. Oops. Don't know if you can see this, but here. I mean, a zillion colors. It's a fun yarn, but let's see what it's got in it. Yep. 50% fine Highland wool, 35% alpaca, and 15% linen. So this is an itch factory, needless to say. This is nightmarishly itchy on me. It is, someone put a comment in my short about things that make me itch and mentioned a hair shirt. This literally feels like a hair shirt. And so that's the first thing I don't like about it. The most major thing, which is that I put it on my body and it feels like absolute sensory hell. So needless to say, I have never worn this. Again, I finished it and went, oh, wow, I really don't like it. Great. So this was a fingering weight project that took me forever, and I don't wear it. I don't wear it. So some other things I don't love about it. This was, I think, my first saddle shoulder. So it's a little sloppy. Not my best work, again. So you can see here, like, my pickup of stitches back there is not very smooth. It doesn't look great. The other thing about this pattern, which I think a lot of people have complained about, is it's sort of a strange, like, sewn down collar, and I think sleeves too. My sleeves actually don't look terrible. They look okay sewn down. The collar is just, it's so messy. I really don't like how it's also kind of crooked. I don't know if you can tell. It doesn't look good. So for a number of reasons, I don't like how this turned out, especially since all the mistakes I made are kind of here where I could see it all the time in a mirror and people who are talking to me could see it. So aside from just it being an absolutely awful material, I also don't like how a lot of the finishing details turned out. And I think those really make a garment. Like, there's nothing more satisfying to me than, you know, the pickup on your neckline being impeccable. I love that look. And that just didn't happen here. It really didn't happen. And, oh. So again, this is one where I'm like, is this even worth frogging? Because I'm not going to use this yarn for anything else. I'm really not. It's unwearable for me. So I don't know. You know, I might even think about doing like a giveaway of some of these things, and whoever gets it, they want the yarn, they can frog the whole project. If they want it, they can wear it, whatever they want. You know, it's theirs to do with as they will. But I really have no use for this, sadly. Yeah, so this is going into the knitting dustbin, unfortunately. Okay, last but not least, this breaks my heart, guys. And this is a recent project, so I feel like I should have known better. But here we are. Here we are again, because I'm a fool and a clown and I don't learn from my mistakes. This is the Bruno vest. Whoops, the Bruno vest by Morica Knit. Now, I mean, look at this. It's a beautiful, beautiful garment. I have nothing bad to say about aesthetically the way this looks. It looks gorgeous. I maybe could have gone down a size. That's one thing I'll say. I probably could have done a large and not an XL. I think it was a gauge thing that made me pick the XL, but this still fits me great. It actually looks really nice on. I messed up on the yarn choice again, and I don't know when I will learn my lesson. But this is knit out of Pearl Soho Signet, which is a cashmere and alpaca blend. And listen, I've got it in my hands now. It feels luscious. It feels beautiful in the hands. I'm wearing a dress today and I'm draping it across my bare leg. It feels fine. Absolutely fine. Now, I wore this or tried to wear it to a concert a couple weeks back, and it was that kind of in-betweeny weather. So I didn't wear anything under it. I put it on, and around here, like especially the neck area, felt like someone had dumped a bucket of fire ants on me. It was prickly as all get out and just unbearable. I wore it for 20 minutes and then I had to take it off and change before we left. And it was so bad that it was unwearable. And I really thought I could get away with the alpaca. And I don't think it's an allergy. Several people suggested that. I don't think it's that, because if it were, I don't think I'd be able to knit with this. I knit with this very comfortably. I had it in my lap. I've got it in my lap now. It's not bothering me at all. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. It makes me so sad because this is a stunning pattern. Nothing negative to say about this pattern. Morica Knit, I'm making her, making one of her sweaters right now, and her pattern writing is impeccable. Her design is impeccable. Like all these beautiful little details. I mean, I don't know if you can see, but like, look at those little details around the collar. I mean, it's just beautiful. The design aspects too, like this is not a sleeve that's knit in the round. It's knit up and down, and you kind of connect it here at the bottom, if this will focus. So there are just so many things to love about this pattern. I will absolutely knit it again and knit it in something that I'll actually be able to wear without torturing myself. But yeah, this garment, sadly, I can't really wear the way I wanted to wear it, which was just on bare skin. Maybe if I get a really thick cotton, like collared shirt under it, we can make it work. I don't wear a lot of clothes like that, but maybe to preserve this garment, I will, because I cannot bring myself to frog this. I just can't. I can't do it. It's too pretty. It took me too long. I think worst case, if I really can't find a use for it, I could gift this to somebody and it would be like a beautiful gift for someone who, you know, is around my size and could like wear this comfortably. That person's just not me. So maybe I'll experiment this fall a little bit with the collared shirt solution, but yeah, as it stands, this is something I can't wear the way I wanted and kind of fantasy envisioned myself wearing. So I do kind of regret knitting this the way that I did. I don't regret buying the pattern and choosing the pattern. I just regret the yarn I chose. And it also was not a cheap yarn. So there's that too. Anyway, thank you guys for sticking around for this this little expose of all the mistakes I've made. But this is just for the new knitters out there. You know, if stuff is not turning out the way you wanted to, I guess it's fine. There's so many things I've given away or don't like or get all the way through and decide, you know what? I don't actually have anything good to say about this. And I think that is just the law of averages when you're knitting or with any kind of craft, probably. You know, you have your exceptional standout items and then you've got a pile that sits at the bottom of your closet and never sees the light of day. Until now, because I filmed it. So it hasn't seen the light of day, and hopefully a lot of you will look at these things and learn something from it. If nothing else, just, you know, don't be too hard on yourself. So that's it for today, guys. My little pile of things that I regret, and hopefully this won't grow too much, but, you know, like I said, I don't learn. So there might be new ones coming up. If so, I will report back. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.